Hey everyone, it's Melody with Design by Melody. I have another layout for you, and I love this background paper. Like, super duper love it. I think this might be one of my favorite. It was called Beach Towel by Studio Calico. It came in one of my kits a long time ago, and I just held on to it because it was just so pretty. I didn't know what to do with it. Now, the pink strip at the bottom is actually the branding strip, but I like the pink and the teal together, so I left that on there and just cut a half inch off the top of the teal. So with that being said, I'm going to pull in a few more pink elements throughout this page as well. So this month, I said I was going to use stamps as my tool of choice to try to incorporate on most of my, if not all of my layouts throughout the month. And I was really going to try to do it through all my layouts, except I forgot about it during this layout. I don't know why I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it till the end when I was taking photos of it, that I didn't put any stamping on here at all, none whatsoever. I thought about going back and adding some, but was already really happy with what I had, so I didn't want to, change it. I'm using a couple scraps here in this layout. This one and the next one are using a lot of different scraps. I had that piece of vellum that I used to back my photo, and then I also had this kind of circle dot pattern, and I just cut off the right side of it because I had a dark color, and I was really trying to keep this layout light and airy. And the green circle that is left on here, I'm going to cover it up, and you can see I have a flare there right now. The flare will actually go on the layout, and then I end up taking it off at the end. I'm just not happy with the way it looks, too big and too bulky for the layout, so I take that off. Now I really like these alphas, but I have very few of them left, and I have a really difficult time making words out of them. So I'm going to use the little dots kind of as enamel dots on my page, except for they're not enamel, they're going to be glittery, but either way, it's the same effect. And I love these rubber alphas as well in the gray. So I'm going to use, I don't have an F, but I'm going to make an F out of a Z and an I. So I'm going to spell out fair food makes me cheer, and each word is going to be in a different alpha. This one is going to be the first one. It says fair, and then just measuring my F here. I had the outline of the previous F that had been on the page, so it's pretty easy to just line up my pieces on there. And then I'm going to actually just cut this off and move it around until I can figure out where I want it to go. I already knew what my title was going to be before I started the layout. That's what I have on that orange sticky note. So I wanted to get that down, especially since it's a little bit of a larger title. And the reason I came up with this is Kaylin is sitting in a stroller with hush puppies and french fries, clapping his hands, and we were at the barbecue tent at the state fair, and that barbecue place is actually no longer at the fair, so this is a big deal. It's not really that big of a deal, but we would always go by there, and now it's not there anymore. They have different places, of course. There's plenty of places to eat, but we had always eaten at the barbecue place. I think it was, I don't remember who ran it, but it was one of the like local groups ran it. Anyways, so I'm going to back this makes on vellum, and really I didn't need to back it on the vellum, but I wanted to be able to move it around, and those letter stickers were too sticky for me to just place and then move around. Now the circle ones that say me were from the dollar spot at Target, and they're not quite as sticky, so I can move them around if I don't like where they are. And this cheer is actually a fancy pants sticker sheet. And actually, having the makes on that vellum makes it a little bit different, since fair is also in a gray. It kind of makes that one look a little bit different, even though they're both in gray. And I'm going to use these American Crafts stickers for food. They're really stuck to this backing sheet, by the way, just in case anybody's ever bought these or going to buy these. I like them. I really do. There's a lot of different size letters and options, and there's a lot of letters of each size of each letter. So it's nice, but they're extremely difficult sometimes to get off the backing sheet. I end up peeling the sticker off of the adhesive part. It's just something to keep in mind. And I want to use this little paper clip that's a heart, but I don't want to use it as a paper clip, because once you use it as a paper clip, it looks more like an arrow because your little circle pieces are no longer there. or you'll have your circle pieces and not the bottom part of the heart. So I want to keep that. And I did cut out this black and white kind of cross hatch looking heart, and I'm going to cut out another one to put down here by the title. I just want to tie some darker elements up into the top part of the layout since my title has that big bold cheer. So that's looking good to me so far. This actually ends up being a pretty simple layout. Pretty basic, but I really like it. I wanted the background paper to really be showcased because it's such a pretty paper. Just taking out my little dots, I'm going to do 3 clusters of 3, and they really do blend in the background paper. You can obviously see them as you can see on the screen, but they do blend in, so they're not distracting at all. It's just an extra little thing to add. Now I had a piece of this polka dot vellum. I'm sorry, I was checking my camera to make sure it was still recording. Had a piece of this polka dot vellum, and I'm going to put that on the bottom of below the kind of circle paper, and I'm going to add a couple word stickers here, and you'll see me add them periodically, but what it's going to say is, today sparkle, make someone happy today, and do something awesome. Just kind of positive, inspirational type of word stickers. I liked them, and I felt like there needed to be a little bit more below the photo. So, and he just seems like he's in such a good mood. He's sitting there clapping with his hands above his head, chewing on some hush puppies and some French fries. I mean, and he's got stickers all over his shirt. It's hard to see in the video, but he's got stickers all over his shirt. He's got some North Carolina forestry stickers, and actually I think they're all the North Carolina Forest Service stickers. They have a giant Smokey the Bear. If you've watched any of my videos, you've probably seen him in a couple of videos, but they always give out stickers. The fair is all about some stickers, and this little boy loves it. Loves it. By the end of it, he had stickers all over his shirt. Would even had some on his back just to have another place to put them. But hey, if that's what makes him happy, by all means, let's get the boy some stickers. Alright, this is where I do add the flare, and it looks okay, but it ends up being two-dimensional, and you can't really tell because you're looking at it from the top angle, but it's two-dimensional. I just don't like it, so I'm going to take it off. What I did put below the flare, though, to cover up the rest of that circle was just a little teal and grid label that was from a Snap Simple Stories sticker sheet. Looking through all my different stickers to see if there's anything else I want to add. And then there's this one that says be filled with wonder, and that was just loved it. It just seemed made for this layout. It's got some teal, white, and pink on it, all which are in the layout. And it's got yellow and kind of a reddish color, but that's also on that polka dot paper, so it's not out of place to have that there. I'm looking through this Echo Park sticker sheet, and this is where I have that today sticker, and I'm going to move these down a bit. So I'm going to move the do something awesome to the bottom right here, and I'm going to put today right there, and then I'm also going to add a sticker that has the number 3 on it in a moment. It's a circle sticker, and it's going to be right next to today, and it's just because he's 3 years old at this point. So I've got that stuck down, and then I add this little circle sticker just to add a bit of white over there, and then I have some little die cut cameras that I cut from a Bella Boulevard sheet, and so I'm going to stick those around a few places. It brings in a bit more of the gray, but it also builds up my embellishment clusters just a little bit. And I keep covering the edge because I want to see how it looks before I cut any of that off. And I keep fiddling with this little heart paper clip, and I will eventually adhere it down, and I do like the way it looks. I wasn't really sure. I don't use paper clips very often. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with it. Alright, so this is pretty much how the end layout's going to look. I have a few more things I'm going to add, very little. I'm going to pull out some Ellie's Studio die cuts. I'm going to add one up by the heart on the left side of the photo, and I'm going to add one at the bottom by cheer, and it's going to be a little triangle that says happy, and it's written in teal, so it's just fitting for this page. Those are all my little die cuts, or little pieces I cut out of the pattern paper, the cameras and the heart. So I just stuck those off to the side. I'll add them back in my kit. I'm going to reinforce these little dots a little bit with some Tombow Mono multi-glue. Kind of irritated with my glossy accents at the moment, so I'm going back to my Tombow Mono, which is actually almost empty, so I'm going to have to get some more. I'm thinking about getting some Scotch Quick Dry adhesive. But this pretty much finishes the layout. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Also, subscribe if you'd like to see more videos. I try to post videos 3 times a week, usually Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, except for when I make a mistake and post 2 on one day like I did a little bit like a couple weeks ago. That's okay, though. I had extra videos anyways for the month of August, so one Thursday you got 2 videos. I think it was the 27th. But anyways, I try to post 3 videos a week. And I generally work with my stash kits. I really like the way they are. Eventually I'm going to have to start buying kits again because I'm going to run out of new things in my stash. But anyways, here are some still layout or still photos for you. Comment and subscribe. Thanks, guys.